Gerard Fox.
You got jokes.
We are at it again. As usual, we always have something to talk about. But I want to add, I want to know what your thoughts are as far as the difference between rappers who rap simple and those who rap more complex. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I appreciate both. I appreciate both rappers that have complex lyrics. I appreciate rappers that have simpler lyrics. As far as getting your point across to the masses and being successful in the business of music, the majority of people, it's probably better to simplify your lyrics because then you can relate to a broader amount of people. When you make your lyrics complex, you tend to relate to a certain demographic of people that understand and appreciate that type of style, I guess, of rap. But I guess if you're really trying to get a point across, and I'm heavy into philosophy and Taoism and stuff like that, and and Confucianism and all these different philosophers and a lot of things that even in preachers and if you take it to religion, the best way to get your message across to the masses of people is to simplify all things. That way, you're not alienating anybody and that everybody can get the message. When complicated is not good. When you complicate things, it becomes difficult for some people or the majority of people to understand what you're saying. So because the brain seeks to simplify things, if you really want to get a message across to people, to move people in a certain direction, you have to give it to them in a certain way that is simple enough for them to understand it. A lot of times, music, you see simple records with simple choruses do well. It appeals to the masses of people. They feel like they get it. It's easy to understand. And like I said before, I think, we spoke about music is not necessarily all the time supposed to make you think. Now, some music is, and some artists, like for example, Nas, is a wonderful artist that is great at making you think. I really appreciate Nas because Nas always comes with a record that gives you something that's some serious food for thought, and I love that about him. But he's just one aspect of musicality. He's just one aspect of how rap can go. All rap doesn't have to be like that. I think the best way to get your message across in anything that you do is to simplify it. Make it simple. Like, complicating matters in life is not good. We need to simplify things. If I take it to, let's use a reference from martial arts, okay? I've been practicing martial arts now for over 20 years. And I got my black belt when I was 19 years old. And when I was 19 years old, that was quite a long time ago. I wanted to be able to punch somebody 50 times in 2 seconds, and I thought that was cool. Like, I could, if you attack me, I could do 50 different techniques, and I can take you down all these different type of ways, and I can hit you with 30 shots in 1 second. And now, I don't have all that energy. I don't have all that stuff to do that anymore. I'm a little bit older. But now, I am a true master. And true mastery is one shot to a specific region is all that's necessary. Because true mastery gives you the ability to simplify things. So I don't have to punch you 60 times. I can punch you one time in a specific point on your body and get the same and get my point across. So you don't have to make your raps this complicated and confusing and all, you can make it simple to the point and you might get a very good response from it. But that's it. But it all depends on what you like, and everything is subjective. But I don't necessarily think complicated is better. A lot of people say, "Oh, that rapper's simple. I got a partner of mine, and he's gonna know I'm throwing a shot at him. It's my good friend. He's gonna know I'm gonna throw a shot at him." But it's just because it's all in good fun and music. He calls certain rappers simpletons. He's like, "Yo, he's a simpleton rapper," and all that. But he says it like as if that's negative. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not complicated and if you're not a very, if you're not a real lyricist that has deep lyrics that are real, crazy, that means you're whack. And him and I, will have you'd have different ideas about that. I don't see it like that. I see it like some of these so-called rappers that he calls simpletons, that they rap simple and they're not as complicated as others. I can show you how they actually make a lot more money, and they do a lot of times sell a lot more records than some of these guys that are supposed to be so complicated and deep with their lyrics. And the reason is because they have a broader market. They're more relatable. And if you're really a good person, think about it. If you're really a good person, so I'm gonna throw a little shot here. Why do you only want to relate to the intelligent? Why do you only want to relate to people that can understand diverse and complicated things? Why don't you want to relate to the average person? Not everybody has higher education. There are people out there with simple minds. There are people out there that only can understand simple things. Why forget about them? Why do you not want to relate to them? Why are you only trying to rap in a way where somebody has to have a college degree to understand what you're saying? So, you know, I'm funny about that. So, you know, I'm not really a fan of the lyricists with the crazy lyrics and all that. That's not my thing, personally. I like great music. If you go back into the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and look at R&B songs and love songs, if you look at Michael Jackson's songs weren't complicated. You didn't have to have a college degree to understand A, B, C. I mean, he gave you simple lyrics. Thriller and all these different songs that Michael Jackson came with, Scream and Heal the World. He related to the world and everybody in the world because he gave it to you in a simple manner. Michael Jackson was a true master at music because Michael Jackson simplified music so that everybody could understand it. And that's how music should be. That's what I got to say.